Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we're in the Great League Remix, and let's see if we can get some wins. So we got the Shadow Steelix versus this Annihilate. We're going to switch out immediately. We have a bad lead, but then we get switched out into a decent switch because this Cresselia is going to potentially be able to win against this Druddigon here. You can see that Grass Knot did a good amount of damage. We're going to have to throw in good timing here. Next Grass Knot goes through, but it is debuffed. Let's see if they end up shielding. No shield. Down goes the Druddigon. We are able to flip the switch just like that. Our opponent here is going to have to throw a nice slash. We're going to be able to survive it. Here we go for the Moonblast because we can only get to one move. This is going to get the shield most likely. Yep, there goes the shield. And down goes our Cresselia. And then we're going to be able to use our Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz here forces them to switch out into their Magnezone. And then we're going to be able to counter swap into our Steelix. So we're able to win that game there off of a terrible lead. And able to flip the game, basically. So GG's to our opponents. On to the next game here. Let's see, we get the Shadow Steelix versus the Steelix. This is kind of a neutral matchup here, depending on what moves that they're running. We do have the Earthquake version for that surprise factor. They go for the Psychic Fang here. Do we go for the Earthquake or do we go for the bait? We just start to farm up, and then we're going to go for this Psychic Fang right here. They don't believe us. They also get debuffed. And this potentially could be, okay, I was going to say potentially could be another Breaking Swipe or something like that. So they actually have the Breaking Swipe Psychic Fang version. We don't have to worry about anything. So we're going to go for this Earthquake here because we think that they're not going to show it. Boom, goes the Steelix. So nice call by us. They have the Poliwrath in the back. We're going to switch out immediately into our Cresselia. Trying to get to a move first, but they decided to debuff us first and then switch out. Because we're debuffed, we're going to go for this Moonblast, trying to get them to debuff. This Mantine here is going to have to throw probably 3. Okay, looks like they're going to go for the Water Pulse first. Now they're only going to have to go for 2 charge moves. So now we're just going to go for Grass Knots. We think we can get to 2 Grass Knots. Nope, not able to get to that Grass Knot right there. And Aero Ace does take us out. So we know what they have. So we're going to come back in with the Mandibuzz here to try to gain a little bit of energy advantage. But we actually try to switch and catch a move. But they also try to catch a move, but we are able to get to a Psychic Fang, so we do get the debuff. Now we're going to apply the pressure. We're going to have to get the shield here. This Aero Ace gets 1 shield from this Poliwrath. We're going to try to get to another one here. They are going to be able to get to the move first. This Icy Wind has to be shielded. And now it comes down to, are we going to be able to outpace this Poliwrath? So one Aero Ace goes through, they get the last shield. We're going to get to another Aero Ace before they get to the Icy Wind. Does this KO? Not quite, but we are able to farm down, so that was huge for the program. Now we have to just tank this move because we know they don't have Ice Beam. They revealed that they had Water Pulse earlier. We do have this shield for this second Aero Ace, and now this is all but over because we can get to this Dark Pulse to take out this Mantine, and this was debuffed. So GG's to our opponent. Mandibuzz coming in clutch, basically winning the game, taking out the Poliwrath and the Mantine. 2 shield versus 2 shield, so that is beautiful right there. Next game, let's see what we find. We got the Shadow Steelix versus the Mantine here. Okay, so here we're going to try to find out if they even have Water Pulse. We're going to throw this Psychic Fang as soon as we have it because we want this debuff and we want these fast move Dragon Tails to accumulate as much damage as possible. Potential Water Pulse, no Water Pulse goes through. They actually throw the Ice Beam. They switch out into the Annihilate. We're going to switch out immediately into our Cresselia. They go for the Night Slash, trying to get the boost, I guess. Here we're going to go for the Moonblast, going to get the shield or potential debuff. And then our opponent here, I think this is another Night Slash. Yeah, another Night Slash goes through. Trying to get to another move here, but they are able to snipe our energy. Ends up being the Night Slash, so we're going to invest the shield just to get to this move. This is going to get the shield or get the KO. And our opponent here does go down 2 shields, so we're going to use our Mandibuzz here to get a little bit of energy advantage because we know that they have Night Slash and Shadow Ball now, so we don't have to shield anything. Even though this is attack boost, we still should be okay because the Night Slashes are not doing that much damage. So you can see here, we've already farmed up to 2 Aero Aces. 1 Aero Ace goes through, takes out that Annihilate. We're going to go for this Dark Pulse here to do some neutral damage. And then we're going to switch out and try to get to this Earthquake. Okay, our opponent here throws a move. Is it going to be the Psychic Fang? Ends up being the Psychic Fang. We're going to try to throw this Earthquake on good timing. Our opponent here is going to get KO'd, I believe. Boom, goes the Steelix. And now we're going to try to get to another Psychic Fang versus this Mantine. We do chip away at the health of this Mantine. Luckily, we do have a shield here. We're going to have to shield here and force him to get to another move. And luckily, we are able to get to another Aerial Ace. This is the debuff Mantine. One Aerial Ace, boom, takes out the Mantine as well. So GG's to our opponent, just wiggling out of that situation with the combination of the Steelix and the Mantine. So those combo right now is working out to perfection. All right, tough lead here. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to stay in for just a little bit. Our opponent here does throw a move. Do we shield or let this go? We actually end up just letting it go. Gonna save that energy and then switch out, because even if we throw the Psychic Fang or potential Crunch, they're just gonna switch out eventually. So I'm gonna save the energy. Our opponent here reveals, whoa, what was that? Dragougi? Had a little bit of lag go through. Okay, Dragougi is revealed, and they're gonna throw a move here right when we get to the next Moonblast, hoping that the Aqua Tail is not enough, and that is correct. We are able to survive that Aqua Tail, and boom, 2 Moonblast takes out the Dragaugis, easy. But it allows this Empoleon to farm a little bit more, so now we're kind of in trouble trying to get to this Earthquake here. Does our opponent believe we have Earthquake or not? Oh, and our opponent does call the Earthquake, and this is unfortunately not looking good for us, as this Empoleon has a lot of energy, and they did show the correct Earthquake. We're going to have the double shield here and just hope that we can win with the backline. Oh, is that Shadow Dragonite? Dragonite is going to be able to... Okay, regular Dragonite. So they decided to tank the first one. We're going to go for this Aerial Ace here. Going to get the shield. Do they throw the move, or are they going to save some energy? So they're going to go for this superpower here. We actually survive it. We're going to go for this Aerial Ace to take out this Dragonite now. And now we're going to see if we can get to another Dark Pulse. We do get the Dark Pulse. So this right here potentially KOs. Yes, it does. So GG's to our opponent. Mandibuzz coming in clutch again, wiping out the Dragonite and taking out that Empoleon in the back. Luckily, the Dragonite was not Shadow. Otherwise, we would not have won that right there. So GG's. On to the next game. We got the Annihilate versus the Steelix. Not a great situation. We're going to switch out immediately into the Cresselia. We get met with a Jellicent here. The Jellicent is able to fight back with potential Shadow Ball, but we do get one Grass Knot to go through. Here we're going to shield. Oh, good bait by my opponent. Ends up being the Surf Bait. However, we potentially could get a shield back because this Grass Knot will KO the Jellicent. And now our opponent is prepped with another Shadow Ball. We do get to another Grass Knot here, which is huge because this is going to get the KO or get the last shield. And that is exactly what happens right there. So we are able to flip the switch. Oh, and now we switch out into the Stunfisk. This Stunfisk here, even though it's electric, does have the ability to throw some ground moves. So this is a little bit better than a traditional electric type. We're only able to throw these Psychic Fangs here, as the Earthquake would just take too long. We do get a shield out of this situation, so at least this Steelix is applying pressure. Another Mud Bomb goes through. Do we want a shield here to potentially get this Psychic Fang off? Yes, we... Oh, unfortunately, they snipe our energy. So nice play by my opponent, sniping that energy. We should have thrown it immediately. However, we have to deal with this Annihilate. Does it have Ice Punch? No Ice Punch, only Night Slash. So we're going to overfarm now because we know that they cannot one-hit KO from any of their charge moves. We're going to... okay, our opponent here does get to another Night Slash. Night Slash doesn't quite KO. We do have 2 moves now, so we're going to go for this Aerial Ace here. And then we're going to go for a Dark Pulse. Yes, we have the Dark Pulse, and we're going to be able to take out this Stunfisk. Boom! GG's to our opponent. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.